Hello world, it's your boy Billy here. I don't know, I'm looking off, my mic is up there, camera's there, cool. Yeah, and today we're gonna be reading chapter 254 of JJK. Uh, yeah, last chapter. Last chapter was, I mean, it wasn't really anticlimactic, but she didn't get blitzed. She was putting in work, but at the very end, she picked Sukuna's interest, and of course, we know what happens when that happens. He black flashed and he just punched her through the railings on the road, so she's off panel somewhere. We also got to see sort of act as a stopgap or like a distraction for Kusakabe to attempt to use the conjured weapon, like Nanami's conjured weapon slash technique. The weapon's imbued with his technique. It didn't really do anything because Sukuna saw through it. And at the very beginning of 253, we sort of got this interview-esque type of interaction between it was Mei, Gojo, and what's his face, Nanami, and they were basically the interview or the narrator was asking like, who do you think is the strongest grade 1 sorcerer, and they all said basically Kusakabe. Gojo said Kusakabe with the exception of the three big families, and of course we could interpret that in different ways. They have techniques that are unique to they have techniques that they've basically honed for generations and generations, curse techniques that are just, they've basically almost perfected them, you could say. But the other thing too is in terms of knowledge of Jujutsu, Kusakabe is pretty much up there, at least with the existing characters right now. So you have Sukuna, Kenny was one of them, but Kusakabe and Gojo definitely were up there in terms of their knowledge. So like the whole knowledge is power thing could come into play. But he's about to 1v1 Sukuna because there's no one else that's available here. And yeah, like I was saying before, like my theory back then was that his Shinkage Ryu style, which he's about to use, I can see from the first panel, is probably going to be the key here. So it's sort of like Killua's Godspeed. There's sort of two modes to that where he's able to autonomously like detect like his field, his cursed energy field is able to detect contact with any other source of cursed energy and like autonomously respond to that. So it might be fast enough because I don't think he's physically, like, he doesn't have the physical prowess like Maki or someone like Yuji, and he also doesn't have like the output like Yuta, right? So his potential, I guess, lies in his knowledge of Jujutsu as well as this one simple style technique, which has been praised for being really strong. So like all the way back to when we saw Ui use it against the smallpox deity curse back in Shibuya. He used it to protect himself, otherwise he would have gone X, right? So but anyway, I think that's all for the summary. Yeah, and without further ado, let's jump right into 254. Evening Moon Sword EI. Also, Nobunaga uses EI. It's like a quick sword draw. Yeah, sword drawing. A domain is a domain. I just love the motion. It reminds me of like if you watch Seven Deadly Sins, when this is spoilers. You can just skip past when Escanor, when he's the one for the 1 minute at high noon, and he uses Divine Sword Escanor. This is what Sukuna is doing, that slashing the world. Yeah, in his simple domain, slightly weakened, but best of all. Okay, this is gonna be a heady chapter. We're getting new info. Actually explaining the simple domain. Inside this domain, my cursed energy output rises. Okay, so in place, saying in place of Yuta, who just has like ridiculous amounts of like a ridiculous reserve of cursed energy, so he's using simple domain to basically pump up his cursed energy output. But even beyond that, yep. So yeah, it's reflexive. It's almost autonomous. So far as mostly handled Sukuna slashes by relying on guesswork based on the source of cursed energy and motion. This should be better. Bruh. Kawaii. I just imagine Kusakabe saying that. Kawaii. That was scary. Bruh, he almost got blitzed. Bruh, it was going for his noggin. Yeah, Sukuna really listened to Thanos. He always go for the head, you know. Or the novel, in this case, you know, where cursed energy originates. That's what he did for Gojo, right? Bruh. But I mean, his arms are crossed, so he's not there yet, you know. He's not using black flashes against him. Slash that cuts the world. Dismantle. Bruh. Okay, this is a flashback. I was like, ain't no way Mei and Ui are just retired from the fight, just camping somewhere. But I mean, Nanami's there, so. Bruh. But I mean, it's something they would do. They literally left Shibuya to that one hotel in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So, I wouldn't put it past them. Nanami and I are more powerful. I see. So he's more of a stalemate, right? It's like you can't see him losing, but you can't really see him winning, right? Sort of has like perfect defense, kind of. Plus, if he needs to boogie, he'll boogie. Yeah. What was I saying, guys? His immense knowledge of Jujutsu, bro. Knowledge is power. So, of course you'd want him on a deserted island. Kuma. Feels like a One Piece reference. I know Kuma is bear, but still. It's like in One Piece they have like all this merch with like sometimes you see like the warlords on them. It's kind of funny. It's like, I thought the warlords weren't your friends. Plus he's got a couple of trump cards. He's got Simple Domain. Beginners need Binding Vows to do that. Mine vanishes with both my feet. Leave the ground during activation. Yeah. I mean, she got blitzed by Kenny. Or almost got blitzed by Kenny in Shibuya. How does he? Are they going to go into that? Oh, is he? I feel like he's also sort of maybe not the same kind of prodigy, but he's also maybe he's a kind of savant, to put it that way, when it comes to like utilizing techniques, like maybe simple core, like fundamental Jujutsu techniques, Simple Domain, but also like barrier techniques as well. And the fact that he can use it without a binding vow. So he said he was gonna imbue his own programming into it to intercept anything that intrudes. So is this what we're gonna see? Okay, but if you do that, okay, so he expands his Simple Domain, which means for Sukuna, the target of his technique is increased, which means he's gonna intercept it faster, right? Like Kusakabe will intercept it faster because it's kind of it's like his technique or his domain detects Sukuna's like curse technique earlier on, so like he's able to defend that earlier on, like intercept it and then do something, right? Like as a counter. When attacking sorcerers who have risen to grade 1 without a curse technique, don't think with their when attacking sorcerers who have risen to grade 1 without a curse technique, don't think with their mind but with their backbone. Those they strike don't stand a chance. What is this, like infinite slashing? But is it gonna be enough though? I mean, he's using yeah, Sarazone doesn't need to because it doesn't reach him, right? I broke. Shoot. So yeah, I mean, he sort of has this like infinite slash technique where, so he's defended against and then he counters, which is what happens here. But unless there's something more to the slashes, right? It's not really gonna do jack. I knew it. I knew it. Bruh. Okay, I need to go back again and see this. Bruh. This one is about to start throwing hands. Ooh. Bruh. That distraction. It's like when Yuji and Chozo were fighting in the bathroom in Shibuya, and Yuji uses his blood to like distract, to basically like blind Chozo, and then swings into the bathroom and like kicks him like through the stalls. Not the bathroom, but like the stalls, the toilet stalls. Dang, toss this thing on him, hit him with that 1-2, bam bam, and then down, avoids the punch, hit him with the high kick. It's pretty cool because you can see like, okay, Suguna defends, and then like his lower right arm is like coming in for the swing. He hasn't healed that yet either, the one that got ripped off with the katana. Actually, was it here? Oh, not here, but I mean against Yuta. Bruh, he's really throwing hands with Sukuna. Self-preservation, bro. Self-preservation. I mean, we know what his drive is above all else, but I don't know if they're gonna pull the whole, like, I'm fighting because I care for my friends, but his motive has always been, like, self-preservation above all. Like, he wants to survive. But it could be that maybe he's evolving, character development. Yeah, of course, exactly. Now he feels indebted. The dead don't speak, or don't they? I mean, I don't know about that, cause that whole airport, scene feels like the dead are speaking, but I don't know, the whole interaction between Jogo and Sukuna feels like the dead are able to speak. If you ask me, they would say if they're alive, even if I don't risk my life in a fight, Yaga wouldn't criticize me or refuse to let me see my young assistant Takaru. Well, perhaps, but you're imagining what he would say, right? So Kusakabe is kind of like Zenitsu. That's the way I see him. Doesn't really want to do it, but he'll do it, and he'll do a darn good job at it. So, or Kafka from Kaiju number 8. He doesn't want to do the cleanup in the guts, but he's good at it, kind-hearted. That man hit the JoJo pose. Bruh. Hit that JoJo pose, dang. Dioda. Miwa and others have become players in the calling game. So if I pull out now, hey yo, Sukuna will kill them. So he's using the honor justification. It's not honorable if the kids risk their lives, and I don't. Fair. Shinkage. Hazy Moon. Of course he was gonna read that. Did his... No, they're not showing it yet. I wonder if his right hand healed yet. Yeah, because he caught that with... Or sorry, his left hand. Caught that with his right hand. Just gonna off-screen my guy. Come on. Bruh. They didn't even need to show the attack. Come on, man. Can't do my boy like that. He's ooey about to get blitzed. I'm gonna press X to doubt, but if anything, so I mean, Mei so far has been shown to prioritize like wealth. That's her motive, and she has also been shown to risk Ui's life to increase the efficacy of her attack. But does she care? Like, is she compassionate about him? Like, would she save him here? Oh, my boy Miguel. Bruh. I was like, okay, whose technique is that? Like, bruh, these guys were about to get absolutely absolutely destroyed. They got picked up real quick. Did he use? I mean, maybe we got the. I don't think he got his technique, like his teleportation, like in time. But they got, I mean, pulled somehow. Yeah, he's just quick. He's just quick with it. Bruh, Miguel. My boy Miguel is back from Kenya, you know. He's in beef stew. He finally joined Utah. We say island folk. We have antenna with poor reception. Bruh. This guy's just shading. He's dissing an entire island, bro. Like he's just in Japan. That they have poor reception. They haven't heard of my boy Miguel. Well, you're about to find out. It lasted what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes with Gojo. So this was man, the chapters are going by so quickly, but I mean they're fun. Yeah, but we sort of got some character development on Kusakabe. See that most of the sorcerers, like high-ranked sorcerers, they think very highly of him, and of course they say that he's compassionate, which we could definitely already tell, because otherwise he could just have retired to some random place in the world and like peaced out basically, because he doesn't do it for money, so he wouldn't risk his life for money, so he's obviously doing it for something else, and it's just because he cares. Like that's literally his nature, right? So yeah, he'll self-preserve, but he also cares enough to override his instincts to self-preserve. So I'm glad he's not dead, I guess, yet. And we're gonna see what Miguel's gonna do. I'm pretty excited. It's probably gonna be one-sided, because I'm not quite sure Miguel has the same knowledge that Kusakabe has, but what it might have is, they did say the rope, like they don't have any more of the like the binding rope that nullifies curse technique, the one that Miguel was using, but maybe he has something like some other cursed object that might be effective against Sukuna, or like protective for himself, right? But anyhow, pretty good chapter, and I will catch y'all in 255. Peace out.